Hey, Noah, I got a trivia question for you.
Lay it on me.
All right. So, there are, after Sunday, there will have been 5 NFL head coaches who have faced their former teams in the Super Bowl, meaning a team that they had previously been the head coach for. Can you
Okay,
name those 5 coaches?
I can certainly try. I can
One
give
of
you the
them's
most
going to be
obscure one.
really tough.
You ready for it? I actually know it.
Oh, wow. All right, let's hear it.
Look, the first one. Ready? Like right off the bat. You ready for this?
Hit me.
Weeb Eubank.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. You are killing it right off the bat. Well done, Noah Friedman.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was the Colts. He was the Colts coach.
I bet he really
Um,
liked anime
yeah.
because
That's
his
true.
name was
Okay,
because his name was
I'll keep going.
his name was Weeb.
Andy Reid will also be on the list
This
because
is true.
he's facing his former team on Sunday, which is 2 days from now, which is weird. By the way, coming to you from my spacious hotel room here in Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm covering the Super Bowl for Fox Sports. Hey, y'all.
According to our good friend Mike Bronstein, Noah Friedman is commentating the Super Bowl.
This is
So
this is this is incorrect.
listen in on Fox Sports. You're gonna think it's Greg Olson, but really it's Noah Friedman giving you the color commentary.
God, I'm only bumped down to color comment. You must really hold Kevin Burkhardt in high esteem.
I just forgot that it was Kevin Burkhardt.
Oh,
Honestly, I
you
just knew
can't
it was
forget that
Greg.
it's Kevin Burkhardt, dude. I talked to him on Wednesday night when I was at like one of the coolest events of my entire life, which was the Fox NFL. Like they have a annual Super Bowl party right before the Super
I,
Bowl.
I'm gonna get to that. I want to get to all of that, but first, I want you to answer this question. But then, I want you to tell everyone the stories that you've been telling me because you have some really sick stuff going on.
Sure, I can definitely do that and do it discreetly as well. Okay, coaches who have faced their former team. So I've named 2 of the 5, right?
Yes,
Okay, so another one is Dan Reeves, who was the head coach of I believe he was the Falcons coach first, and then he was the Broncos coach, right? Or no,
correct.
it was the
No,
opposite.
no, vice versa. Flip that.
Yeah, it was Broncos
He
first.
lost a bunch of Super Bowls with the Broncos.
Right, including like and even AFC Championship games too, because I'm pretty sure he was the coach of the drive, right? Oh no.
Yeah.
That,
Oh no,
that
but
was,
he would have won that.
he definitely won that. Okay,
Yes,
I don't
and he
I
coached
don't know
against
what I'm gonna do.
Marty Schottenheimer.
I don't even know what day it is. Like that's how crazy life has been.
It's Shabbat, brother. Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. True. All right. Other head coaches that face their former team. So I've named 3. Let me think. Ooh, why don't I know the other 2? I should know the other 2, right? Like it's really obvious. Is it really obvious?
It's like, yeah, for you, you should definitely know at least one of them. I mean, you know them
No,
both. Like,
no, I
it's
do.
pretty
Okay,
clear.
right when you said that, John Gruden.
Yes, that's not even the one that I think that you should know
Oh,
like
dang
immediately.
it! Gosh, dang it.
But yes,
Um,
Gruden is one of them. He
John Gruden
coached
is
the
one of them.
Bucks,
He
and
faced
he
Bushwood
coached the
Raiders.
Raiders in the Tuck Rule game, and then got traded to the Bucks and beat the Raiders
Crazy.
in the Super Bowl.
Yep. Uh, all right. Who's the last one I should know? I should
Oh,
definitely.
you should absolutely know this. Like, I'm actually like this one. This one, you're gonna be like, you'll be mad. You'll be mad about this one.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, I did it!
You did it. I'm proud of you. That was really impressive. That's
like,
Noah Friedman, man. He's got, his knowledge has knowledge.
like, you see my hands. I'm not typing anything anywhere. Also, by the way, can I just say it's really weird that we're in a 2 box right now, right? Like I don't know if
Right.
you can see the are you on the left side of your screen? I'm on the right side, or is it the opposite? Is it flipped? For you.
You are wait. You are on the you're on the right side.
Yes, and you're on the left.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And then you see like our pictures, which is super weird. Because I'm right above you with my entire mouth cut off, and then you're right above me with your entire mouth cut off.
Yes, and
And
now
also,
we're getting a little playback, but that's okay. All right, we're good.
also
All
we're
right.
both wearing hats. And also, you've got me in a rival hat right now. And so can I just say really quick story? NBC Sports Philadelphia. The only reason why I have that hat is because that picture is from when I covered the Maccabia.
Oh,
The
and
Jewish
that's so ironic that I have you wearing a Philadelphia hat.
I know. maybe you know what my Super Bowl pick is then. Huh?
Oh well, we'll get there. We'll get there. But first,
We'll,
Noah,
we'll get into this.
you've been there. You're in Arizona right now, which is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Tell me, like, tell everyone who you met, the really cool guy you met, and then who tell us some of the other stuff that's been going on.
I met some really cool people. It wasn't just the person that I told you I met. I met some great people that night. So I got to Arizona on Tuesday. I was the only person in our group, our Fox Sports production assistants group, that drove. So everyone will be thanking me on Monday because everyone is going to be doing the same exact thing as everybody else, congregating in the airport, right? It's going to be a disaster. Right. And I'm going to be part of that anyway because I have a rental car and I'm supposed to be taking back the rental car. But that's beside the point.
Oh, you can rent a car now. I forgot.
I can. Yes, I'm older than 25. You're older than 25.
I'm 26. So yeah, I guess I can rent a car too.
But anyhow, so Fox Sports, I don't know if this happens for every media company that covers the Super Bowl, but Fox Sports generally has a Super Bowl party that leads up to the Super Bowl. So whatever city they're in, they rent out a really nice restaurant and they have their most talented talent speak, and then everyone just congregates, has dinner and drinks. And so I was fortunate to be part of that. And the only reason why I was fortunate to be part of that is because what initially was supposed to happen was that I was supposed to go speak in my alma mater that night, and it was going to be a conflict with the party. And it ended up that not one.
Yeah, I saw that was canceled.
Yeah, 2 moderators actually tapped out, and it was super last minute. And me and another one of our, so it's supposed to be a Fox Sports panel for ASU alumni, specifically my school, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Go Sun Devils. And so we pitched the idea, me and this one contact who's been trying to get the whole thing together. We were trying to pitch that maybe the 2 of us should just talk to one another and answer questions, do like a little Q&A. And our university was like, no, we don't want to do that. And so they just canceled it. That's essentially what happened. I have no ill will. I'm probably going to go out there on Monday if I'm not too tired. So
valid.
So if anyone's watching, who went to Arizona State or is at Arizona State, I will hopefully see you on Monday.
Sun Devils.
So anyway, getting back to the business at hand. So Wednesday night, I arrived to the party a little bit late with one of my good friends who actually is a coworker of mine who's actually from the same hometown as I am. We drove together. I drove him. Is awesome. Shout out Brett Elder. And
shout out Brett.
We get there and the room. So we're in like this back room, private room, super nice restaurant in Phoenix. I won't say which one. I can tell you offline. Boy. It was so cool because you walk in, it's like the curtain back room, and we walk in and everyone's congregated at like one place, right? And I'm like, what is going on? And so what they do at these Fox Sports Super Bowl parties is they have speeches with like all the talent. And so I missed a few of the speeches because I got there late. But I walked in and I heard Sean Payton.
Oh, no way.
I was like, oh, that's cool. So Sean Payton was there, our new $25 million a year man who is the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Crazy to think. He had a very funny speech. It was nice. Then Greg Olsen, who you've already mentioned on this episode of the podcast.
Great broadcaster, future Hall of Famer.
Yes, that's true. He honestly, if he keeps up with this, he might go into the Hall of Fame both as a player and a commentator. Because I think he's
he's a really good commentator.
He's an excellent commentator. So he talked for a little bit, and it was to the point where he was talking for too long. People were like, all right, get to the next person.
You get it, Gregory.
No, he was cool. He did like this really cool like fellowship toast. It was like, I don't know, something that I don't know if it was planned or something that already happens. I don't know. It was weird, but it was kind of cool. And then the last person of the night, and this is just for any person in-house at Fox Sports who knows, but the last person to speak at any Super Bowl dinner is Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, everybody stays for it. Everybody is looking forward to it. So like we have this Super Bowl 57, right? Then we have the Super Bowl 2 years from now, Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. And everybody will be looking forward to Jimmy Johnson's speech in New Orleans. Like that's how prized of an event it is to see Jimmy Johnson talk. And boy, did he talk. Like people were getting really, it's Yiddish word for Klent, very emotional, like on the verge of
Oh,
crying.
sure.
And so
They
he'd
still love old Jimmy.
dude literally was like relating his life and trying to apply it to like this situation. Like we have this underdog mentality at Fox because we do things a little bit differently than like say your standard CBS or standard ESPN,
How
standard
so?
NBC. Just in terms of like our cover, like we have fun. Like that's what I notice, and I do, and I know it firsthand because like I'm in the thick of it, and especially this week because I'm like out on the road with people who I don't normally hang out with outside the office. Like we are a fun group, and like that goes for everybody from our CEO Eric Shanks all the way down to me. Like
Good.
I'm one of the least important people there because
you're important to me, Noah.
well, thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
I'm sure you're important to a lot of people there too. But yeah, I see what you're saying though.
I've been talking for way too long, by the way, about this. So
No. I'm very interested in all this. Like I want to know what you have to say.
Thank you.
Like this is all very
I'm glad someone is. We have one viewer. Is Barb Gelbon? Is Elijah's mom?
I don't know who the viewer is, but pretty cool of them.
Honestly, it's probably you because you did that thing the last time where like it was on the screen.
It's not me this time. So
wow, it's not you. Oh, someone's actually watching. Thank you. Hello, whoever you are.
Hello, viewer.
Hello, I actually have not. I'll share this later. I didn't actually get a chance to because I ran up super quickly from the hotel bar downstairs. And here I am. Anyhow, so speech concludes after Jimmy Johnson. I honestly am not going to mention what he said just because I feel like it's a very special thing, and like maybe I'll tell you offline again. Like I'm trying my best to like restrain myself so I don't say.
Right. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, how much of it is confidential?
I don't. It's not that it's confidential. More so, it's more that like I don't know. I just feel selfish that I want to keep it to myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough.
It was for us in the room. So, but it was like I can tell you, people were crying. People were really even Jimmy cried too. Like he literally got choked up. And I'm like, this is a guy who coached for like more than 40 years. One of two coaches or one of three coaches all time in football to have won a national championship in NCAA and then a Super Bowl. You know who the other two are, right?
Right. Oh wait. Jimmy Johnson, Pete Carroll. And wait, don't tell me. It's gonna be a minute. Yeah, and you are a little laggy.
I know. It's the hotel Wi-Fi.
Shit. So wait, Pete Carroll. Oh man. Wait, it wasn't Harbaugh.
Nope. It's really obvious.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be very upset when I don't get it.
Also, to be fair though, you're not really the biggest college football fan.
I'm not the biggest college guy. That's true.
You should know because he's like he had a really long career in college and then went to the NFL for I think only 4 years. And he only coached for 4 years and that was it. He was done.
Jesus. 4 years and he won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Oh my god. I know every Super Bowl. All right, one second. Let me just rack my brain real quick. All right,
you can do it.
I'm gonna go back.
So I'm giving you. The
all right, so let's see. All right, so I'm gonna do my encyclopedic Super Bowl knowledge thing real quick. Sean McVay was 56. Bruce Arians was 55. Andy Reid was 54. Belichick 53. Doug Peterson 52. Belichick 51. Gary Kubiak 50.
God, I forgot about
Bill Belichick 40. It wasn't Kubiak, right?
Well, it was Kubiak.
Was Kubiak? Who did Kubiak coach in college?
No. It was Kubiak in Super Bowl 50. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Kubiak was a college coach? Okay.
No.
You're just laughing because it was Kubiak. I get it.
Correct. I totally forgot Gary Kubiak was the head coach of the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50.
It was really Peyton Manning for the most part, I imagine. But yes, it is. Got to credit Kubiak where it's due.
Also, Super Bowl 50 is the only Super Bowl that doesn't have a Roman numeral.
This is true because Super Bowl L would be really weird. Also, it was the only Super Bowl that we know for a fact was rigged. Then Super Bowl 49 was Belichick. Pete Carroll, I already said, was 48. 47 was John Harbaugh. 46 was Tom Coughlin. 45, Mike McCarthy, but doesn't count. 44 was Sean Payton. 43 was Mike Tomlin. 42 was Coughlin. 41 was Dungy when the Indianapolis Colts beat the Chicago Bears 49-17. It wasn't Dungy though, right? Dungy never coached college football. It wasn't Mike Holmgren. It wasn't
Nope.
Bill Belichick. It wasn't Bill Belichick. It wasn't John Gruden. It wasn't Bill Belichick. Then back to 35 was Brian
Wait,
Billick. No,
Mike Holmgren. No, Bill Cowher, dude. You missed
I
that
skipped
one.
Bill Cowher. Oh, Mike
Mike
Holmgren lost.
Mike
Obviously,
Holmgren
okay.
lost. That's what I'm saying. You
Right.
didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah. I
Bill
don't know
Cowher.
why I said. I don't know why I said Holmgren. I just
Well,
I
Holmgren did win a
associate
Super Bowl. He did
with the
win it with
Packers. Yeah, it doesn't count though because it was the Packers. But
Sure.
but wait. Let's see. Okay, Holmgren. I
Mhm.
mean, Coward never coached college ball.
Nope.
Or at least not as a head. I don't think he won a championship. Let's see. John Gruden, Belichick,
Yep.
then Brian Billick. Couldn't have been Billick. Could have been Dick Vermeil.
It wasn't.
Wasn't Mike Shanahan. Wasn't Mike Shanahan. Was it George Seifert?
It was not George
It
Seifert.
was
And
not
also,
George Seifert.
where
But
are
wait,
you right now?
I'm skipping someone. I already said Jimmy Johnson. Oh, the other guy. Fucking what's his name? I
Ding,
always
ding,
forget his name.
ding.
I always forget his name.
His name is Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer, right, with Oklahoma State or something.
Oklahoma. University of
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yep. And then Jerry Jones picked him right out.
There we go. Okay.
Me
Yeah.
and Jimmy had
Well,
beef.
I mean, it was impressive how I got there.
That
I'm
was
gonna credit myself for that.
well.
But like,
You did
but
say
yeah.
George Seifert, and that was kind of a weird place to say George Seifert because I think you were
No.
thinking Barry Switzer.
No, Seifert won Super Bowl 29 and Switzer won 30. So I just I had those reversed.
Fair
Because I
enough.
couldn't remember because I forgot. Jimmy Johnson won 2 with the Cowboys.
Jimmy Johnson won 1992 and 93, and
Right.
then Seifert won 94. Steve Young threw those 6 touchdown passes against the Chargers, and then
Yes.
Barry Switzer came back and won against Pittsburgh at the Rose Bowl, I believe it was. That was the last time the Rose Bowl hosted the Super Bowl, and then the first time until Super Bowl 56 that the Super Bowl was in Southern California.
This is true. These are tidbits with Noah Friedman. We should have a show just called Tidbits with Noah Friedman where you just throw out a bunch of tidbits.
Dude, that show would go on for years.
You are the tidbit whiz.
Do you know why I know these things? Honestly, I'll tell you. I was a big Guinness Book of World Records guy, and I would just memorize page to page, the tallest building in the world, or the tallest man in the world, Robert Wadlow.
Really,
I just remembered those things.
That's so funny because I would always just skip to the sports pages of those.
I would still do this.
You know how it is.
Don't worry. Let's see.
Anyway.
Getting back to the dinner, because
Yeah.
I told you all about the speeches. That wasn't even the craziest part. So the craziest part was, by the time the speeches ended, it was about 8:00, and I had not eaten food since about 4:30, and so I was really hungry. And so he really is like my childhood friend, Brett. We played recreational basketball together, and then we worked at Fox, and now we're working here in the Super Bowl. Crazy how things work out. So it was me, Brett, and then another one of our coworkers, Ryan. And so we found a table where no one was sitting, and it had a bunch of crab and shrimp and oysters, really fancy seafood. And it was already chilled, ready to go. And so we were hungry. So we just ate. We started to just chow down. And
wait, time out. Noah Gross just left a comment. Shout out Noah Gross. He says we should call it Noah Knows. I kind of love that. I kind of love that.
Why isn't Noah Gross on here? Get him on here.
No. He's helping out with the comments. He's keeping it alive.
Oh, okay.
And also, I mean, remember, he's kind of our producer. He's fact checking us because you know how much shit we get wrong.
That's true. We do get a lot of stuff wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. Well, anyway, so my seat next to me was open at this party, and somebody sits next to me, and that somebody just so happens to be the third person in line to be the head of the company at Fox.
Oh, really? Who is it?
His name is Brad Zager, and he's I think his official role is the vice president of production, overall production at Fox Sports. Super cool guy. He was his story is that he produced Dodger games starting in 2004, and he was 24 years old when he got that. Think about it. He was producing Vin Scully at 24 years old.
Damn.
So he was just telling us a bunch of cool facts about Vin. I mentioned that Vin is my idol, and the reason why I work in sports television is because of him. Which is so true. And so he showed me a couple of pictures that I would never get to see because, I don't know this guy.
Of
I mean, I've
course.
seen him around the office, but this was the first time where he like introduced himself to us. And so he was talking about his career. And so when I saw those Vin pictures, I'm like, this night is awesome. You know what would be even better? If I got to meet Gronk. And I just said that
Gronk.
like, out loud. And what
And
is
you know what Gronk said at the same time? You know what would make this night better is if I got to meet Noah Friedman.
No, it wasn't. That did not. Let me
Well, we
think.
don't know, but probably right.
Easy
But anyway,
Easy Sports Network insider Elijah Zelonky with the news.
that's me.
So what does Brad Zager do? He gets up out of his chair. He goes and fetches Gronk, and we had other conversations. Like Brad knew I was a Colts fan. Brad knew that I was from LA. Brad knew I went to Pally High. He knew all that. And so when Brad went to go fetch Gronk, like literally, so I was in a room, Gronk was in another room, and like I said, everybody you could think of talent-wise at Fox Sports was there. Like you could name a name, probably there. Except I didn't see Tom Rinaldi. That's the one person I did not see. So, and that's probably just because it was super crowded. But he is working the Super Bowl. He's doing the sideline with Aaron Andrews. So anyway, Gronk literally comes over, shakes my hand. Brad goes, "Hey, this guy's a Colts fan." And Gronk goes, "Oh yeah, I've been doing a smack, but he didn't work." I restrain. I don't say the curse words you do.
Right. He said, "Wait, what did he say?" I've been because you kind of cut out. You said, "I've been doing a SmackDown."
I've been doing a lot of smack talk about the Colts lately.
Oh, and he said shit talk.
He's talking.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, "Yep, I don't blame you. Like, yeah, listen, the Colts still don't have a head coach. They're one of two teams right now in the NFL that don't have a head coach. The other being right here in the great state of Arizona, in Greater Phoenix, Glendale, Arizona, where the Super Bowl will be held on Sunday. So the Cardinals do not have a head coach right now, as of this episode of the podcast on Shabbat Eve before the Super Bowl. So anyway, so we were talking, and I didn't actually mention this to you. There were other parts of the conversation that I didn't mention to you offline, but I can mention here. One of the things Gronk asked me was, I asked the person waiting on us, I said, "Listen, like everybody's drinking alcohol. I don't drink. What do you have, like a mocktail?" And she's like, "We are known for our strawberry lemonade." I was like, "Sign me up." And so I'm drinking my strawberry lemonade as I meet Gronk, or like I sit down and I'm like, I need to like collect my thoughts because like it's Gronk. Like
Gronk. Yeah, no, I mean,
Gronk is
ubiquitous.
Gronk is doing a field goal live in the middle of the third quarter of the Super Bowl, like as one of the commercials for FanDuel. Gronk is currently in the Subway commercials. Gronk is doing USAA, but also he's a Hall of Fame tight end, or going to be a Hall of Fame tight end. Like literally, me and him were just having a conversation, like
shooting the shit.
One of the greatest football players that ever walked, a field. So there was that. So anyway, I'm drinking strawberry lemonade. He points at me. He's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Guess." And he's like, "Shirley Temple." And I was like, "No, it's not a Shirley Temple."
He was close.
He was close. And he looks at me. He's like, "Dude, you're getting wild tonight." And I looked at him back, and I'm like, "Are you gonna join me?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And at this point, I just have nothing to lose, right? And so I'm like,
"Of course not. No, you're with Gronk."
I'm like, "Dude, you're the king of this stuff." And it wasn't just me and him like conversing. It was me, Ryan, and Brett, and somebody else too. I think his name was Tyler. He works for the assignment.
Greg Olson.
What?
You said you, Ryan, and Greg?
Brett.
Oh, Brett. Oh, like your friend Brett.
Okay, my childhood friend Brett.
I thought you just casually named Greg Wilson, like, yeah, just me and Greg.
No. Greg was there, as I mentioned.
Right.
But anyway, so it was just a really cool moment being able to.
We were just like drinking with Rob Gronkowski, and yes,
I went to Rob Gronkowski. I can say that, even though he didn't have a drink in his hand at the time, but
right.
He was super awesome. I mentioned him too. I was like, "So, have you seen 80 for Brady yet?" And he's like, "No, I haven't seen it yet."
Was he featured in 80 for Brady?
He is in 80 for Brady.
No, but he didn't play that Super Bowl, did he?
That was injured. No,
it was Martellus Bennett.
That was Houston Super Bowl.
No, that was Houston. No, that was the Atlanta game.
Yes, in Houston.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was injured. It was Martellus Bennett.
Shoot, you're right.
Yeah,
wow, dog. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, anyway, he's in 80 for Brady. So
right.
I don't know exactly what's gonna happen in terms. I'm probably gonna see it, right? We
Yeah, you're
should go,
probably gonna see it.
we should go see it. You and
We,
me.
we should we should go see it. Yeah, I'm down. My brother went to see it. He said he didn't know if he liked it or not because he doesn't know how I would have felt about it, which is fair. Because Jacob
That's
Solanke, like he bases a lot of his football opinions on me because football's not his forte.
that's really sweet that he would
It is
consider you.
sweet. No, it's really nice. He's
I
honestly like great brother, great friend.
I love Cobb Zolonki. He's the best.
Yes, he's a very good man.
Well,
Anyway,
every Zolonki's the best.
no, we're all great people, but yeah, no, Cobb is cool.
It's
But
true.
anyway, shout out to my brother. But
Yes.
but anyway, yeah. So we do need to go see 80 for Brady. Also, amazing story about Gronk. Obviously Rob Gronkowski, 4-time Super Bowl champion, All Pro tight end, one of the best tight ends who's ever played professional football, and I mean, just one of the great personalities to come out of the game, and one of the better personalities in all of the media right now, not just sports media. And you got to hang out with him, and he knows you, and now you're on a first name basis. I think you and Rob Gronkowski are buddies, and I think that's really cool.
We're not, but listen,
Yeah, you're kind of buddies.
he meets so many people. We also I also happen to mention the fact that because Tom retired, and you heard the story, right? I don't think we've recorded a podcast since Tom Brady retired, did we?
I think we did.
Okay. Well, anyway, what we didn't talk about was what came out of it. The fact that somebody literally went to the same beach that Tom Brady shot his video at, his selfie video, and like got a jar of the sand.
Oh, right. The jar
And
said
like it sold for like, I don't know, like
$9,000 or something
And
ridiculous.
so I asked Gronk about that. I'm like, so how, like, that sand stuff, like, how cool is that? And he's like, I would have bought it.
Yeah,
I would have paid 90 grand for it. Or
I
whatever.
would have bought it. Oh man, he's so funny.
I was like, that's super cool.
I would have paid 90 grand, but I think like, oh, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. You were saying something though.
I was just saying that interaction happened for sure. It was really cool. And then because Brad Zager, who is like a very top executive at Fox, was sitting next to us, a bunch of people started coming over. So we got to talk with Jay Glazer, which was awesome.
Right.
Because he literally comes over. He's like, "How are you all doing?" And I literally like, I like wave my hand, and I'm like, "Jay, I just started reading your autobiography," which it's true. I don't know. Where's my backpack? Here's my backpack. I actually have it. There it is.
Nice.
I'm advertising
Unbreakable.
it. Unbreakable, Jay Glazer. I have it. I started reading it. I didn't tell him when I started reading it, and the truth of the matter is, I started reading it on Yom Kippur because I didn't really do anything else.
Fair.
But I said I let this slip out, and you're gonna laugh. You're gonna die laughing at this. So I said, like, I started reading your book. He's like, thank you. I really appreciate that. And like, this wasn't like a arm's length conversation. He was like pretty, like, kind of far away, but I could still talk to him.
Like pretty far removed, right?
And so I blurted out, I'm like, as a Jewish person, you and me, we're connected.
Oh yes, let's go. You did a whole. You went Kol Yisrael on him.
I did.
That's amazing. What did he say? I'm sure you got to kick it on that too.
He smiled.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he said anything. Like I can't remember.
Oh no, he was probably like nice.
It was such a blur.
He was probably like oh shit, don't tell everyone about our secret meeting about the space lasers.
Stop it.
Too soon?
That's a lot. We don't need to get into that.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so
because we don't want to tell them.
We
don't want them to know. Anyway, but yeah, no, I remember what I was gonna say. You did not tell Gronk your alma mater, did you?
I did not. So you're the second person to ask me about that. No,
right.
I did
obviously.
Listen, the Colts thing was a completely separate matter, and so I wanted to just rock with that. I also, look at, like, I'm wearing I've got my Sun Devils on. Ooh.
Oh yeah, represent.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, I wore that today.
ASU for life.
So that was cool. And then also with Jay Glazer, just to put a bow on it. So he talked to us for a little bit. Like, he didn't actually sit with us, but then what ended up happening later in the night was I needed to use the restroom, and unfortunately, the setup of the restaurant, it only had 2 restrooms in like the private area, and they were both unisex. So like men and women and whoever identifies as whatever could use it.
Sure.
And so the line just kept getting pretty long. And so I was like trying to time it where I didn't have to necessarily wait. But then I saw Jay waiting, and I was like, oh, I can go now. I'm like, just So I wait. So I go over and I stand behind him, and I guess he remembered me from our interaction 20 minutes
Right,
earlier,
right,
and so gives me a fist bump. Very cool.
right.
And
Very
so I was
nice,
like,
very
I
nice.
gotta ask him. And so I was like, Jay, so I was like, how many Super Bowls, first of all? And he's like, 1995 was my first one. And I was like, oh, that was the year I was born. Okay, so it's like 27. And he's like, oh, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, oh, you're right, because Super Bowl happened in January. At the time,
Sure.
it was 28. So there is that. And then I asked him, I said, okay, you've covered 28 Super Bowls. What the hell is different about this one? Because he covered 25 individually and then 19 for Fox, which is super cool. Like, great
Right.
accomplishment. Gonna go down in media
Oh, yeah.
history, one of the
Oh,
greatest.
no doubt, no doubt.
And I was like, what's different about this one? He's like, listen, Monday night when we had our media night. Did you watch that, by the way, on FS1? Our media
I
night?
did
No.
not.
Oh, okay, that was cool.
I
I worked
couldn't.
it. That's why I got in on Tuesday. So I stayed in LA an extra night. A bunch of us got in on Monday. Some of us even got in Sunday, Saturday, whatever. I got in
I see.
because I had to work the Monday night media, which was kind of cool. But anyway, so Jay's like, yeah, I've never experienced anything like that before. It was insane. And I feel like every year people get credentialed. Like, I can't tell you how many people have gotten credentialed for this. Like, I'm just one person, and we have our entire Fox traveling party. There must be 600 of us. Like,
Wow.
when it comes to all the different divisions of Fox production, because I'm exclusive for Fox NFL Sunday and Fox NFL Kickoff. So there's that show. But then you also have, like, the daily shows have come in as of yesterday. Yeah, Thursday. And then you have the game crews and you have the road crews and everybody. Like, it's a zoo over there. We have our own cool media compound, which is awesome. It's right outside the stadium. So I'm going there tomorrow.
That'd be amazing.
Which I'm very excited.
Are you gonna get to go in the stadium at any point?
I've been told conflicting reports. So
Okay. We could work with conflicting reports.
I'm hoping so mentally I can prepare to not go in the stadium. But
Right.
I'm hoping that I do get to not for the game. I know I'm not going in for the game because my duty does not include that. So I'll be doing the same duty I do every Sunday for the 2022 season, which I'm in a truck and I'm working on identifying players on the field, identifying celebrities, and making sure that producers know that that's what we're going to roll with because we need it for our show. So that'll be cool. But if I do get it to go on the field, I will obviously send you pictures because hopefully I'll be able to. And it would be cool if I get to, like, I don't know, run a route in confetti. Like,
hell yeah. Oh, especially if it's like after the game with dude, maybe you could touch the Lombardi.
I will not get to touch.
Maybe you'll high five. Maybe you'll high five Mr. Mahomes.
The Lombardi and Mr. Mahomes will be long gone if I ever get
or Mr. Hurts.
True.
Depending on who wins the football game.
Good grief, dude. We need to figure out who's going to win the Super Bowl.
This is true. This is true.
Are we off me now? Are we done?
I mean, look, I could talk about this all day, obviously, but we do need to make our predictions. But also at the same time, I am so happy for you, man. This sounds like you're having just an awesome trip. I love you're meeting all these really cool people. You're networking at the highest level, and that's great to see. You're making moves, and I'm proud of you for that. Like, this is very good.
Also, sick brag. Just want a quick story. Went over to Kevin Burkhardt right before I was about to leave the dinner. He remembered who I was because it's been like 2 years since I saw him in person, like, due to the fact that we had COVID and I got promoted. And so I wasn't working alongside him anymore because I used to deliver his shot sheets for MLB, and then he did a little bit of college basketball also. But since then, I got promoted and he got promoted, and now he's going to get to call the Super Bowl. And, like, it was like the coolest thing. He gave me a hug. I was like, "How are you feeling?" He's like, "I'm feeling good. I just want to get to Sunday already." And it was just really cool being able to talk to Kevin, who's like one of the coolest people you'll ever meet. And
and I mean, you're talking to the guy
who's calling the Super Bowl.
Who the majority of the world will be listening to his voice in 2 days, and you just talked to him. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's definitely pretty cool.
We're on a first name basis. I mean, Kev.
Yeah. Now you and Kev, no doubt, first name basis.
But
now, speaking of Super Bowl, though,
stop talking about me. I'm done.
Pretty easy segue. Who do you think is going to win this game, man? I know you told me today you got some pretty good insight on your feature with Howie Long.
Yeah, so working on a feature with Howie Long. Spoiler alert, but it'll air on Sunday around the 3:30 Pacific time hour, I think. So I'll make sure to put on social media when it's coming because hopefully I'll be able to text and tweet. So yeah, we worked on a defensive features piece, which is really cool because like now I feel like I can kind of get the pendulum swinging about everything. Like I got to hear interviews that you don't even know about yet.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
But I will give you one soundbite, and
Let's hear it.
it's from Steve Spagnuolo, who's the defensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. He looks at the camera and he goes, "Whichever team is more violent on defense, that is the team that is sure to win on Sunday." And I was like, "Let me run
Okay.
through a door for this guy because
I love that. I love that.
this dude
And
was
the thing
already."
is, that doesn't help my predictions at all because on the one hand, clearly Spagnola has he's got a priority on defense. He wants his guys to play rough physical football. And at the same time, Ndamukong Suh plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I don't know who's going to be the more violent team. But, I guess it's something we'll like that's part of the fun of what we're doing, right?
Dude, this is a really hard pick to make.
It's a really hard pick to make.
One of the things I butchered the last time we did this podcast is I asked you, and I couldn't remember, when was the last time a Super Bowl featured the number one seeds from each conference?
Right. And I already forgot the answer.
No, you got the answer. I failed miserably because I thought it was, what did I think? I thought it was 2019, right. Super Bowl 55, or no, 54, which was the last time Fox had a Super Bowl, which was Kansas City against San Francisco. I was wrong.
It was actually Super Bowl 17, I think, right?
They were both 2 seeds. No, the last time it happened was...
No, not 17, Super Bowl 52, no?
52 is correct, yes. Philadelphia Eagles were the number one seed, and Carson Wentz was sure to win MVP before he tore his ACL. But
then BDN comes in and starts slinging rock.
BDN as in Nick Foles. Yes.
Yes, Big Dick Nick.
Yes, that is correct. So, yes, and then on the other side was the Patriots, and that was a great Super Bowl, by the way, in Minneapolis, the first time.
One of the best Super Bowls ever. Probably, I think it's my second favorite Super Bowl ever.
That you've ever watched, or like that you know about?
I've watched every Super Bowl. At least, like I've gone back and watched the old tapes of them and like the NFL Films footage of them. But no, it's the definitely my favorite second favorite that I've watched. And probably my third favorite all time behind Super Bowl 20, of course, and Super Bowl 46, the rematch of the Patriots and Giants. I love that one.
Oh, that Mario Manningham catch! Everybody,
that Eli Manning throw,
dime,
just perfect.
Chef's kiss.
Beautiful game, beautiful game. There's a safety. It was 2-0 early. It was just like so awkward. Game-winning touchdown was an accident. Beautiful all around. Came down to a Hail Mary. Can't ask for better.
Which I believe Gronk was in the end zone for that.
Yes, he could not quite get it.
Didn't he almost catch it?
Almost did. He had a bum ankle.
Dude.
By the way, this episode is unofficially brought to you by Canada Dry. It's a really great ginger ale. And I think that they should start a root beer called Mexico Wet to rival Canada Dry. And that is that. That's what that is. Tough crowd.
That's hilarious.
I know. I'm
the funniest. Am I supposed to laugh at that?
No, you don't have to laugh. Look. I tell everyone, I tell people this. It's a motto of mine that someone's got to make the bad jokes. I don't care who laughs at them. Anyone who laughs at them is gravy. But as long as I find myself funny, that's all I care about. That's the most important thing to me.
I mean, you're just a funny person anyway, so.
Oh, you're a funny person.
Oh, stop it.
No, you
stop it, motherfucker.
It felt like it was the right time for that.
Okay, well. What is that?
Moving on.
That's Bruce Willis.
You're Bruce Willis.
That's Die Hard. Nakatomi Tower. You know I work next to Nakatomi Tower.
I did. I think you mentioned that before. Anyway, we got to make our picks, man. We got to make our picks.
Also, I'm just noticing, by the way, in the bottom line, you've got Eagles versus Chiefs. I believe it's Chiefs versus Eagles.
It's Eagles versus Chiefs. The home team comes first when it's versus. The away team comes first when it's at.
Dang it.
Yeah, no, believe me. Don't we have this conversation?
We definitely had this
We
conversation.
had this conversation.
By the way, the Eagles are wearing their green teal jerseys. They're not teal.
They're not teal. They're like
what's it
midnight
called?
green.
What's it
Midnight
called?
green, and the Chiefs are wearing white, and red. We know.
Yes, we know. Okay.
And I think it's going to be blue Gatorade. And I think that the coin toss will be tails, but I think it'll land on heads.
So you're
like-
calling tails, but it's going to land on
Chiefs
that.
will call tails. It's going to land on heads.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Rihanna performing the halftime show is going to be awesome. By the way,
Yes.
I'm excited. Like, are you a big Rihanna fan? Oh yeah. By the way, it's also Rihanna.
I love Rihanna. I'm not a big
also
fan, but I
Rihanna.
love Rihanna.
Did you know it's Rihanna? It's not Rihanna. It's Rihanna.
You're lying.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Fine.
But also-
I'll allow it.
But also, we're gonna call her Rihanna.
Yes. Anyway, Rihanna is performing the halftime show. It's going to be fantastic. I can't believe I haven't even made that joke to Rihanna yet. Shout out Rihanna Feeves.
Yes. Wait.
anyhow.
Okay, but before we actually get to like the game at hand, which song is Rihanna going to start with?
Umbrella.
No. She can't.
No.
She can't start with Umbrella.
Oh, she can start with Single Ladies.
That's Beyonce.
Oh, that's right. Oh, she's going to start with You're Gonna Go Far Kid. The Offspring. She's going to start with Blanket Kid.
Ooh, I'm sure Robbo would love that.
Oh,
But also,
can
he
you
could
imagine?
sue her for copyright.
This is true, and that'll. I'd be set for life. Anyway, what do you
Yes,
think
you
she's
would.
going to start with? I don't really know her songs. I just
Yeah,
think she's very
You
talented.
said you're a big fan. Are you lying to me now?
No, I didn't say I'm a big fan. I said I specifically said I'm not a big fan, but I love her. Like I think she's immensely talented. I just don't know her stuff. But everything I've heard from hers, which I haven't like processed, is still very, very good.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm going to come up with a set list if I'm not too busy tomorrow because we're editing that little piece with Howie Long. Hopefully, it won't be too much required of me, but I will probably get thrown on other things. But I think she's going to start with Disturbia
All right.
because it's
And I'm going to pretend that I know what that song is. Yeah, man, I agree. I think it's going to be Disturbia.
You don't know Disturbia, do
I
you?
don't know Disturbia. If I heard it, I probably would.
You probably would. It's like it
Yeah.
goes bum bum beat bum bum beat bum bum. You don't know that, really?
Oh no, I know that. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's the song. That's the
Fair
start.
enough.
Of the
Fair
song.
enough. All right, but dude, we should get into our picks now.
That would get.
Like,
This
we
is
should
a
talk-
live saying I gotta go. I'm tired, even though you're an hour behind me now. because-
No, I have some content that I got to post tonight. Other content.
You just saying the Jew point conversion isn't important.
I'm saying that it automatically posts, and the other stuff doesn't automatically post.
Well, fair. Okay.
Also, I want to get to more of the fun predictions towards the end of the show too. So
Oh,
we
okay.
should
Well,
break down the game, and then we're gonna talk more about like get more into the Gatorade, and we'll get more into like the coin toss, and we'll talk more about the scores and whatnot.
gotcha. Okay. Well, can I just say before I make my pick that Patrick Mahomes, if he does in fact win the Super Bowl, he'll have been a 2-time MVP of the league. He just won the MVP, by the way, at NFL Honors, which happened last night, right? Thursday,
Yes.
yeah, Thursday night. He won MVP. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year. Garrett Wilson won Rookie Offensive Player of the Year.
Right.
Brian Dable, Coach of the Year. Just
Sure.
quick hits.
Good for
I don't know,
them.
is there anything else relevant? I don't remember.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame and stuff after the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Hall of Fame happened. Spoiler alert: my favorite player of all time did not get inducted. Very upset.
Bullshit. And same with my favorite player of all time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, were they up at the same time?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, is this the first time Peanut's been on the ballot?
This is no Peanut's not. I'm talking about Devin Hester, who's one of my favorite
Devin
players of all time.
Hester.
But Peanut also didn't make the Hall of Fame, and he absolutely should make the Hall of Fame.
I
But
agree.
Noah, here's the thing: I need to turn off my camera and grab my computer charger. And while I do that, I'm gonna need you to actually. You know what? I think that before, I'm gonna buy myself a little time, and I'm gonna show you what one of the coaches may or may not be saying after the Super Bowl.
Roll
Well,
the
what
clip.
happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked, or the second half. We just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
Okay. We have a new guest that I'd like to welcome onto the show, by the way, and just in time to make our predictions. And this is a good friend of mine, and he was on our last Dew Point conversion. And he is very, very hyped for the game on Sunday. Let's welcome in Kalen King.
What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas?
What up,
Bravo.
Kalen? How you doing, my friend?
Trying to figure out which hat I want to wear, which jersey I want to wear, man.
No, I feel whatever you wore last week, you got to keep rocking with it.
Oh, this ain't the one I had on. I had one.
No,
on.
I mean for Sunday, you got to wear whatever you wore last time.
I would have won with the patches on it from the Super Bowl from 2 years ago. So
Right.
keep that rock. I feel like this is bad luck though, wearing this 10, even though I can kind of
Right.
flip
Yeah,
it.
no, I mean, I get it. It's,
Right.
you might not want to wear a former player, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
I need to change the back of it and put Pacheco on it.
Yeah, you should just put duct tape, Pacheco.
Yeah, how the fans be doing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's the best.
What's
No,
up,
the Bears once had a running back. Noah, you'd know this. His name was Curtis Enis. He was a first-round pick, like Enis was his last name. And I went to a Bears Titans game, and a guy had an Enis jersey, but he put a P on the front, so it was Curtis Penis. And I laugh at that every time I think of it. It's just a great bit. So that's a little bit into my life. But anyway, we got a game on Sunday. Pretty big game. As the people know at this point, it's the Kansas City Chiefs
man?
and the Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely the two teams that deserve to be here. And I want to go ahead. I want to let Noah make your pick because I feel like you've been champing at the bit.
Yeah, this is really tough, especially now with Kalen in the picture. Because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've been leaning Chiefs, and you know why I'm saying Chiefs? This is for not any reason that has to do with like being on the football field. They are actually practicing at Arizona State.
Oh, there you go. And
So-
you know
so
what that's like.
Is
Is that really why you're picking them?
No, that's not why I'm picking them. But
Fair
it's just more incentive to picking them.
Got it.
I'm picking Kansas City because I feel like Patrick Mahomes gets a do-over from Super Bowl 55.
Yeah, no,
I-
he's earned it.
Listen, I like the defense that he's facing is going to be ready to go. They are 5 sacks away from breaking the all-time record for a season, including playoffs in sacks. So they have 78 right now. If they get 5,
Extra game, but fair.
if they get 5 in Super Bowl 57, they will have broken the record. But
I don't think they're going to get that.
I don't think they will either. I think it's going to be an offensive slugfest. I really do. I think both these quarterbacks are really dynamic. I think both these quarterbacks have weapons that they can throw to. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, Kalen, that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the arsenal that he used to have, especially compared to what Jalen Hurts has now with Devontae and AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert. But
That's true.
what I do think is that Mahomes at 27 just has all the experience in the world to go out there and win the game. And I think this is where the Eagles defense gets exposed. It's hard though, because I look at them from top to bottom, like with their pass rush, they can bring 4 and do really well.
Good corners too.
Really good corners with Darius Slay, Marcus Epps, Avonte Maddox, like just everybody top to bottom on the Eagles.
Bradbury.
Great. And they've got a really young coordinator in Jonathan Gannon, who I like. But the defense of the Chiefs, like we talked about it in the last episode with Kalen too, just the fact that they're so young, it's like they don't need it's not that they don't need to be there, it's that they just don't have the pressure that you would normally have. It's like they haven't been here before. Like your Brian Cooks and your Trent McDuffie's. Like
Oh,
these
sure.
are guys that have had 10 or 11 games or 16 games or however many games that they've had. Like,
I'll tell you right now, this is why you drafted McDuffie in the first round, though.
dude,
You want a corner to go up against an AJ Brown or a Devontae Smith, who is battle tested. This guy coming from a Pac-12 conference where they love to air it out. Someone who has been there. Like someone who's like been challenged before, and he's had a good season. And I think he's up for the task.
I do too, and that's why I'm taking Kansas City. I think they'll win the game. I just want it to be exciting. I'm there. Like, I'm covering it. I want a good game. Like, we've gotten not so many duds in our lifetimes, but I mean,
We've been blessed, dude. The Super Bowl used to suck.
Well, Super Bowl 47 definitely sucked. That was
48.
Oh, 48 sucked. 47 was 49ers in the
blackout game.
That game was great.
Great game.
That game stunk. 50 stunk.
50 did stink.
Trying to think.
Honestly, the one the Chiefs lost to the Bucs kind of stunk.
That one did stink.
Mahomes made it interesting with his acrobatic plays.
I just rewatched that one actually like a couple of days ago.
How could you do that? Were you at least inebriated?
I just the point that we are right now. Like I've accepted that we lost to Tom Brady, and then that's like another point that you alluded to earlier. Like, Patrick Mahomes has enough experience to win this game. Patrick Mahomes has to do exactly what Tom Brady did to him that he has to do to Jalen Hurts. Show Jalen Hurts that this is an experienced league. This is a championship league. This is not something you just, toy around and, it take guts and take experience. It take fucking drive. It take everything to get here. I'm talking about a bum knee, a bum ankle, willing this team. It take all that type of determination. Patrick Mahomes has to win this Super Bowl. Me personally, as a Chiefs fan, he has to win the Super Bowl. Just with his greatness and him already losing one and us winning one, we have to win. Like, we're the more experienced team. We're the more experienced coach, quarterback. We have to win the Super Bowl. We got to. We can't lose. No exceptions.
Yeah, honestly, that's a really good point. That's something, I thought about it, but I never really, synthesized it that way. It's like, Mahomes is so experienced, and this is, these guys have been there before. Again, 5 straight years AFC Championship, 3rd time winning it, 3rd time representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, and it's like you don't want to come away from this 5-year stretch with only one ring. That's only one ring. And it's like only one ring. Like so many franchises, like obviously the Bears and Detroit or the Browns or someone, like they would love to just get that only one ring. But when you're great, like Mahomes is, you want to start getting some extra jewelry. And I think, this is his chance. And that's why I'm going to say, and I think we're all going to be on the same page here, which is not ideal, but it's, sometimes just how it goes. I am also taking the Chiefs to win kind of for that reason. I think that their experience will pay off in the end. I could see, I could definitely see this game going a number of ways. These teams are very good. They're also both very volatile. I think, the weakness of the Chiefs is they don't have quite the weapons on offense that the Eagles do, and their defense could be a little shaky. The weakness of the Eagles is their run defense mainly. And I think that Andy Reid knows that, and I think they will definitely try to, get Pacheco going a little bit, maybe get some McKinnon going a little bit. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is supposed to play. Not that he's, a game changer, but really Pacheco, I think, is like a dark horse MVP candidate.
I want to say something, though, because a lot of people are, like, praising this Eagles defense, and I'm going to, after I get off the show with you, I'm going to send you a link, bro, because Kurt Warner actually broke down a couple of the possessions, not like a couple. He broke down multiple possessions of the Eagles defense and the corners and the secondary, bro, and I'm going to send you this clip, bro, and you tell me what you think Andy Reid is thinking after I seen this clip, bro. The Eagles corners, bro, they're good, but if you watch them, they get off task a lot, bro. Andy Reid is, if I saw this on YouTube with Kurt Warner breaking this down, I know Andy Reid already seen. I know the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
The corners, they're so good in man that when they play zone, they forget that they're playing zone sometimes. Like,
they follow their guys.
They start chasing. You feel me? And they start giving up those over routes and those under routes. I'm telling you, the key thing to watch, if anybody's hearing me right now, watch those Eagles corners, bro. Watch the Eagles secondary, because they think they know. They think they're so good that they can jump everything. And sometimes,
as someone who's watched Darius Slay, in my division for a long time. Great player. He jumps a lot. He jumps
He's
a
risky.
lot.
He's a gambler.
He is a gambler. And that's the thing. That's another thing. And I learned this from talking to former Bear and Auburn Tiger Devin Aromashodu. He was telling me how once a corner gets paid, they're more likely to start being more risky because they already got their bag. So they're going to jump routes more. And obviously it's a Super Bowl. They might play a little more conservatively, but that's not Slay. That's not Big Play Slay. Big Play Slay wants a pick six.
They have
therefore, double moves will be a premium. My concern is that the O-line holding up in pass protection and how Pat's ankle will do. With that being said, this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. And at the end of the day, he is the better quarterback. And I think that these games so often come down to who's the better quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts. I really do. He's one of my – I loved him in college. I think he's a great player. I'd be happy to see him win it. But I really think that Mahomes will get his second ring. And it's going to be a good game. I'm taking a Scorigami Bowl. 32-26, Kansas City gets the dub.
Whoa. That's
yep.
I was honestly going to do the same score, but
you said 31-26.
You were doing 32-26?
32-26, yeah.
Because of Scorigami?
Where?
Because of Scorigami?
Yeah,
well, there we go.
I looked it up before we came on. I wanted to throw that at you.
I appreciate it. Maybe I'll say 25. I don't know. Like I could say 25-18. That's another one.
That's an ugly score.
That's never happened. Never happened. I like ugly scores though. Ugly scores are beautiful in their own way. Hey, maybe it'll be like 30-4.
I'm going 31-21 Chiefs.
31-20. Oh, you think you get them by?
Okay.
I can see it. Look, again, and I was talking to my cousin about this earlier. It's like nothing really would surprise me in this game. I could see either team winning by double digits. The only thing that would surprise me is like if there's 4 safeties. You know, like I like other than that, you know, I can't really see a scenario where it's like I guess I can't see the Eagles blowing the Chiefs out.
And then another
like 4 or 5 touchdowns. But I can see either team winning by like 2 or 3 scores.
The Eagles defense is really, really good, but I want to stop the comparisons with how good the Eagles defense was in their front four in comparison to how good the Buccaneers defense was and when they played us differently. Like, okay, you got Tom Brady on this side of the ball with that defense. That's just 10 times more deadlier. I feel like if it comes in between a shootout and it has to come down between Jalen Hurts and Pat Mahomes is gonna win every time. Like Jalen Hurts uses his legs better than he uses his arm. They just beat San Fran. He only threw for 155 passing yards.
And remember, they beat some pretty bad quarterbacks this whole postseason.
They have not faced a guy that can really do magnificent things like Mahomes. That's why I'm saying Mahomes he's always the X factor to me, but he's really going to be like if he come out and he firing on all cylinders, and then don't discredit Andy Reid. We know this pass rush coming in 5 sacks away from the record. You feel me? We're going to be getting that ball out hot, screens, tight end screens, Pacheco screens, Jerry McKinnon getting in the mix, getting him some catches in, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the back end, but watch this ball get out really, really fast for the first half. Like this ball is they're not going to have time to get to Pat Mahomes when we know his ankle is bad or we know he's not super 100%. Watch this ball get out a little faster than they usually do.
And going off that, go ahead, Noah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you guys hit all the points I wanted to talk about. The fact that Elijah mentioned the pass rush of the Kansas City or the pass rush offense of the Kansas City Chiefs, just the fact that the offensive line can they hold up against not only a Philly front 4, but a front 7 that is really just known for getting home, right? Like mentioning the sacks and everything like that. But again, you talked about the fact that these corners, they're very risky in terms of taking those chances. But if the Eagles blitz, most of the time, especially because I think the stat is like 70.5 of the sacks that the Eagles have recorded this season have been by defensive linemen or linebackers, which is crazy. So like a Hassan Reddick, how much of a factor is he going to play against like a Joe Thuney if they like match him up inside, let's say, or something like that? Like, let's see what happens in that regard. But I agree with you, Kalen, in terms
of Orlando Brown too in that matchup.
The whole game plan, like
you don't trust Orlando Brown? What's his issue? You think
or Wiley?
Really?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the highlight of the offense for us. That left tackle and that right tackle. I don't know if Wiley's starting for the Super Bowl. I think he should be because Who was our original right tackle? I can't remember. Wiley's not our original starting right tackle for the season, but he's been filling in and he's in now. He's the guy.
Y'all had Mitchell Schwartz for the longest time, but he's retired now.
Right.
I forgot who we had at right tackle, but it hasn't been Wiley all season. But nevertheless, though, I don't like Orlando Brown because Orlando Brown thinks that he's Trent Brown up here, but he's not. He's not. He doesn't play nowhere near Trent Brown.
He shares the same last name.
I mean Trent Williams. My bad.
Trent Williams. Right.
Trent Brown. I got Trent Williams. He doesn't play shit like Trent Williams. Trent Williams is a beast.
Yeah, Trent Williams is always immediately off the ball.
I'm talking about killing people, pancaking and going through guys. Trent
Williams doesn't care. Trent Williams doesn't care if he misses a block. He wants to kill you on every play. That's why he's so good. He's just going to maul you. Like he's no regard for human life.
He deserves the money. Orlando Brown does not deserve the money. I won't be surprised if the Chiefs let him walk and we go get a left tackle or a right tackle in the draft.
I wouldn't be surprised either. That's kind of some reports that I've read, and I could see the Bears giving Orlando Brown the bag, which wouldn't be the worst thing.
He's also the reason why Mahomes' ankle is injured right now.
That's true. That's true too. Those Jags were getting after him.
He gave us that pressure.
Yep. Yeah. That's the one. Again, that's the one thing that concerns me is that ankle and that Eagles pass rush, and that's why I'm kind of skeptical. But at the same time, I do like the way that secondary. I do like the way the Chiefs match up. And we didn't even mention the Kelsey brothers, but particularly Travis. I mean, I think, screens to him, like dumping it off to him a lot. He's going to have a big game. The Eagles will have a hard time stopping him because he's great. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a huge factor.
If I'm betting my money, I say as a Chiefs fan, Travis Kelce does not have a good game on Sunday. Because if I'm an Eagles defensive coordinator, that's all I'm thinking about right now. You feel me?
Same. No,
with
I'm
all these
on
banged up receivers, I'm triple team and I'm quadruple teaming Travis Kelce. He won't get a catch on Sunday. It's just how I'm feeling from the Eagles defense perspective.
But
right, putting your mind
nightmare.
in their mind.
He's a matchup nightmare for any defense, right? I can't think of an Eagle who could possibly cover him and do well. That's the thing. Sure, they can have multiple guys surrounding him, but then you get a guy like a Marquez Valdes-Scantling or a Mecole Hardman. These guys X factors. Also, by the way, the Chiefs don't have any injuries on their report, so everybody's going to get to play. Kadarius Toney as well. So
except Mecole. Mecole's on IR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought he came back.
He went back on IR
after the championship game.
Yep, they activated Clyde and then they put Mecole back on IR. So Mecole is not. And then that's another person. Mecole, I don't feel like he's going to be on the team next year at all.
That's true. I think he's going to be a Chicago Bear.
If
the Bears operate the way I operate in Madden, then he's going to be a Bear, and he's going to win MVP. But that's
is Byron Pringle still on the Bears, by the way?
No, he's going to be gone. I think we'll cut Byron Pringle.
I like him. He's just solid.
He's solid. He was just hurt a lot this year.
Good special team.
Yeah,
and also Noah. He interviewed. He worked a lot in college with N'Keal Harry. So I'm a big Harry guy. I'm a big hairy guy. That's funny to say.
That's true.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry's in Chicago now. He got drafted to the Patriots, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember from Arizona State.
Yeah. And by the way, while you were at work, I don't think you were able to listen, but Noah was telling us telling me, I guess, about how he met Gronk the other day and had a good conversation with him. So he got to meet the second greatest tight end of all time.
That's dope.
The greatest tight end of all time.
Kelce, according to Kalen.
Second behind Kelce. Hey, if Kelce win this bowl right here, scary hours, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I still think they're 1A, 1B, but that's a whole other conversation. That's more of a debate, an ongoing debate I have with Kalen.
I was watching Gronk tape, actually, some highlights the other day, and just Gronk is just better after the catch than Travis Kelce. I mean, I can admit
he's just a bully.
He's just better.
I heard on part of my take that Gronk blocking someone once broke someone's neck blocking someone, and Kyle Vanden Bosch, not just someone, Kyle Vanden Bosch's neck, and I think that kind of gives him a little edge in some ways too. But Kelce's just like that. He just knows where to be. But no, I think we cut you off a little bit earlier, and I want to go back to what you were saying, if you remember.
What was I saying?
It was about the Chiefs' offensive line, I think. And
funny. Well, the fact I guess I can hit back on your point about the fact that the Eagles love to rush the quarterback, get their sacks. Can the Chiefs' offensive line hold up? is what Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes saying true about the ankle? Like that's why I'm taking the Chiefs, because I'm taking their word for it, essentially. If Patrick Mahomes goes out there and he's 85% as opposed to as much percent as he can be, I'm not going to necessarily be happy, because I want to see Patrick Mahomes at his best potential. Halen wants to see Patrick Mahomes at his best potential. Kansas City fans want to see Patrick Mahomes at his best, right?
He's gonna be morphined up, that's for sure.
Yeah, listen,
No,
I mean,
I think he's gonna be ready to go. 2 weeks, he's gonna be ready to go.
that's why I
should
love
be.
the Super Bowl being 2 weeks after the championship games,
He's gonna
because
be ready to
Honestly,
go.
me too. I was thinking, like, when the games first ended, I was upset. I was like, damn, like we have to wait 2 weeks. But then I'm like, honestly, that's the perfect amount of time. Like, the hype is just getting to the point where it's like, all right, like I need to see this game being played, and we're there. We made it to Super Bowl weekend, so it's like it's just exciting. It's exciting times. Like, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks is solid. I'm with you on that.
I'm just happy that we're here. We're less than 48 hours away from the Super Bowl.
It is a cool matchup. By the way, so I was thinking about something. So we talked about Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. So the Eagles have this guy named Jason Kelce, who's the center. I think they might be related.
They are related. They're
Because
brothers.
look, hear me out. They look the same. They have the same last name, and it's not a very common last name. And they're both from the same city. I think Cincinnati. So I don't know.
Funny enough,
let us know your thoughts in
Kelce
the
was
comments.
not born in Cincinnati.
Where were they born?
Jason Kelce was born in North Carolina.
Oh,
I looked that
well,
up the other day. But Travis
never
was
mind then.
born in Ohio.
Classic
No,
Ohio.
you're rolling. Shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Go to bed.
Cincinnati mayor.
Know your place and shut your mouth, you jabroni. He's got to change his name to Mayor Jabroni now.
Hey, that was probably the highlight of that AFC championship right there. Just hearing everybody clap back at them Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, no, you're hearing a lot of shit talking, and Cincinnati deserve to talk all the shit they want. 3 wins on the Chiefs, on the powerhouse Chiefs. That's amazing. So
well, the Bengals earned some trash talk, but I don't think the Bengals mayor really should have been doing that. I think that was ridiculous. Giving them bulletin board material. You don't want to give Mahomes bulletin board material. That's crazy. Oh, also, kind of unrelated. Did you see that the Bears and Chiefs are playing in Germany next year?
Oh, well, that's a win by 40.
Just, fun fact. That'll be interesting.
That's a win by 40.
Yeah, probably. Hey now, don't kick me while I'm down, because you don't know how good the Bears will be next year once Fields has some weapons at his disposal. But yeah, no, it's probably going to be a Chiefs win. I'm not going to
400 yards, 5 touchdowns, Pat Mahomes.
Hey, we're gonna win it, because y'all have Super Bowl hangover, and y'all will be like, you know what? Let the Bears have this one. We'll get them next week.
That's another topic. Super Bowl hangover. Like the Chiefs,
the Rams had it.
Get that. They just don't get that.
No, the Chiefs definitely don't. Well, that's because it's Mahomes, really. Like, as long as you have Mahomes, you're going to have the edge.
This guy has literally been 1 game away from the Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl every year he started. That's amazing. Yep. That is freaking crazy.
And I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
And
yes, like the AFC is very competitive, but I still think we're going to see Mahomes in the conference championship almost every year from here on out, at least the divisional playoffs. Like they're going to be able to win their division. The Raiders are going to keep sucking. The Broncos might be kind of good, I will say, but I don't think they're. I think that the Broncos and Chiefs will have some good matchups in the future, but in general, y'all have the edge because Mahomes is over there, and that kind of Mahomes is the ultimate trump card.
I feel like if Rodgers go to if Rodgers go to Las Vegas, it's gonna set the division on fire. Which that's my prediction right here. I'm saying
I hope so,
right now. Rodgers to the Las Vegas Raiders.
The day that happens, the day I'm gonna throw a party. I'm just freedom from that horrible man. And yeah, I'm gonna love to watch y'all beat up on him twice a year. That's for sure.
They're gonna have
taste of their own medicine.
They're gonna have a spot if you go down there.
Oh yeah. No, that's gonna be a crowded division with Herbert, Wilson, Mahomes, and Rodgers. Like. That division, I don't think any division's big enough for 4 great quarterbacks. So, we'll see how that goes. And yes, Russell Wilson's still good. He had a rough year as a bad coach.
He'll be better next year because of Sean Payton. That's just going to happen.
I agree. So I guess we're all in the
division.
I guess we're all kind of on the same page here. We're all taking the Chiefs to win Super Bowl. I personally, I got friends who are fans of both teams, so I'm just hoping for a great game, a lot of fun. Also, what are your predictions? All two of you, both of you, your predictions for the Gatorade color?
I think orange.
Oh, you both think orange? Nice.
Orange.
I'm gonna go with blue. I think the Super Bowl is lacking a certain amount of blue, and I think that the Gatorade is gonna be blue because of that. What's the other one? Oh, like the over under. Oh yeah, so I guess the over under is at 51, and we're all taking the
I'll
over.
take the over.
All taking the over. That makes sense. A lot of good offense there.
Right now, it's Eagles -1.5. By the way,
If I'm looking at it like that, I'm taking the under there. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it might get to 45. 40.
So instead of 31-21, you could say like
say 28.
28-18.
Yeah, 28, something like that.
28-17.
28-17.
Changing your pick now, or not your pick, obviously. You're changing your score.
Yeah, I'm changing my score. 28. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. If it is, the Chiefs going to be blowing some shit out. That's going to be the whole high scoring.
You should pick 29-17.
I like
Shut up.
either way.
Shut
Either
up.
way.
That's when the Bears lost to the Colts. By the way, Noah, any word on if you're going to be a Bears fan next year?
I don't have any intel on that. I just know that we're still in the second round of interviews for I think 6 coaches, which is crazy.
Is Jeff Saturday one of them?
Eagles offensive coordinator Shane Steichen. So if the Eagles do win on Sunday, and Shane Steichen, I think Shane Steichen gets the Colts job if the Eagles win. So therefore, that's what I want as a Colts fan. I want Shane Steichen at this point, and then them to draft a quarterback.
I hope y'all hire a shitty coach so you join me in my misery. The Bears fan.
Bears have a good team.
Shut up.
Not right now, but they will.
They have a lot of money. That's one thing. Money's good.
Overall pick, and
go get Diop.
In the entire
money talks. Money talks. So that's good. And they gotta. They have a long. The Bears have a long way to go. But you can hear more about that on my other show.
Elijah, can I spoil the Gatorade color for you?
You know it?
I'm gonna see it first.
Oh, please spoil the Gatorade color.
No, not right now. I'm saying
when you know it, like let me know immediately.
Are you gonna be at the game, bro?
I'm not gonna be at the game. I'll be in a truck.
No, but he'll be by the game. Like he's right outside the stadium.
Right outside the stadium. Yes, that's where I am. I'm in my hotel room in Arizona. That's what I keep telling the people.
That's perfect for the show. Perfect.
Yeah, no, he's working the Super Bowl.
Yeah, working the Super Bowl.
And yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. All right, and but that when it comes to the Bears and how shitty we are, you can hear more about that on my other show, which is Easy Does It. It airs on the Chicago Clubhouse Network every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific time. Also, please follow this channel, Easy Sports Channel. We do a lot of fun things here. I post a lot of random ass content. It's a lot of fun. More shows in the works. And you could follow Noah Friedman on Twitter at Noah. Where do we follow you at? You're better at the sign off than I am. You want to take over?
It's my name. You can see it right there.
Noah Friedman.
Combined, and then there's an underscore.
Noah Friedman _.
That's it.
At twitter.com.
I have lots of tweets.
And add Kalen on Facebook because he's got some great posts. Really good Facebook guy.
You're a good Facebook guy too.
I love Facebook. I think Facebook's the best website.
You're like the only person.
I know. I'm the only one who likes Facebook, but
me too. I second it.
Kalen likes it.
We got 2.
I go to war on Facebook.
Oh yeah, no. Facebook's the best place to fight with people about random shit. That's what I will say. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Easalonki and at Easy Sports Network on twitter.com. Also, I got to shout out Chicago Clubhouse Network. We do a lot of great work over there. We just interviewed former NFL receiver Justin Gage. It was a lot of fun. You could check out that interview on that channel. We do, shows Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then I believe the other show is called She Said What She Said, and that I'm not sure what day of the week that airs, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, let's have a great Super Bowl. Kalen, obviously, good luck to your Chiefs, and Noah Gross, if you're still around watching, good luck to your Eagles, and may the best team win. And with that, I'm going to leave you with Let's see. Which one do I want to leave y'all with? Let's see.
What the hell is even that?
And then- Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Where is it?
You should have had Kirk Cousins. You like that?
You like? Oh, that's a good one. I should add that. That's true. Let's
Funniest
find it. Where's?
sign-off in the history of
Oh
sign-offs,
yeah, here
too.
we go.
All
There's the
timer.
la- Where's the last one? Oh yeah, here we
Say
go.
what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
All right, and with that,
Love Pulp Fiction.
Shalom. Great film. Shalom.